So today we're going to go a little further into right triangle trigonometry, addressing the algebra. So given an angle of elevation of 57 degrees, so the angle of elevation is going to be down here by the bottom, by the right angle, and the side adjacent to this angle is 10. So notice that the wording, the side adjacent to this given angle is 10. I want to note that because if I gave you an angle up here instead, the adjacent side is no longer just the base. A lot of you just correlate the adjacent with the base. It just depends on where the angle is. The adjacent is the side the angle sits on. So this would be the adjacent side if I was dealing with an angle here instead of here, as in the angle of elevation. And then the side opposite of the angle is the opposite side. So you have to keep in mind where the angle is. So this is the side opposite of the angle. But here, if I'm dealing with the angle up here, the side opposite of this given angle is here. The hypotenuse is the one thing that never changes, though. It will always be the slanted side and the longest length. Now, going back to this problem, I have the adjacent side, which is 10, and I'm trying to find the hypotenuse. So when you're dealing with a right triangle, you've learned to solve right triangles in two ways. One is Pythagorean theorem, which we can't use because we have to know 2 out of the 3 sides, and we don't know 2 out of the 3 sides. The other way is SOHCAHTOA, when you're given sides and angles. So in this case, notice that I'm given the adjacent side, I'm looking for the hypotenuse, so I'm going to use cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. Don't just write cosine. When you turn on a scientific calculator and you type in cosine, a parenthesis automatically pops up because you have to take the cosine of an angle. So cosine of, we'll say theta, or it could be called x. You'll see it listed in different ways, but you have to take the trig function of an angle. So cosine of theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Plugging in what I know, I'm going to take cosine of 57 degrees equals 10 over, I'll call the hypotenuse x. Now, what I wanted to address today is how do I get x by itself? I can't move this 10 because the 10 is stuck on top of the x. Not only that, but if you move this 10, the x in the denominator will not magically move up to the numerator. So keep that in mind. So sometimes you will have more than one step algebraic equations. In this case, what's holding you back is that it's being divided by x. So we'll get rid of that problem by multiplying both sides by x. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. Do not come between cosine and their angle. They're stuck together. So this divides out, leaving me with x times cosine of 57 degrees equals 10. So now look on the side with x. How do I get it by itself? Well, it's being multiplied to cosine of 57. So to get rid of that, I'm going to do the opposite and divide both sides by the cosine of 57. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. And from there, x will equal to 10 divided by the cosine of 57 degrees. All right, guys, I hope this helps.